Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, hey. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we should ride in swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
What is going on? What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We back with another HBCU tonight, and this has been brought to you by Merch Sports. Go ahead and check out the commercial break. Be back in just a second.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive, and I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.
All right, man, we back, y'all. What's going on here? How's everybody doing this evening? Everybody try to file in. Make sure that you like the stream, comment, and share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hold on one second. We'll go ahead and try to get this Twitter going on also. So I appreciate everybody for joining me at such, little small late notice. We should be good now. We should be good. I'm trying to get everything set. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? For all those that's here on this Wednesday evening, appreciate you for coming in. Been trying to get some other stuff going on. Got some stuff on my mind, but that's not going to deter me from doing what I love to do and doing what's best that needs to be done. But other than that, I just want to welcome everybody. I just want to welcome everybody onto the show. But other than that, man, I hope everybody, like I said, I hope everybody's having a good evening. Right now, I hope everybody's having a good evening right now. We got I got my TV on replay from Saturday night. I got my my dinner in there that's already been cooked, so I'm waiting for it to be, to eat it. And other than that, um, other than that, nothing too big that went on this past week. Other than uh, other than being in the hospital again for my blood pressure and my heart. And I just want people to understand that I am taking care of myself, like literally taking, I'm taking care of myself. But I am I am afraid. I am like literally afraid, literally scared out of my mind that something is going to happen to me. Um, and that's something that I don't want to try to think about or anything like that, but I just feel like something is going to happen to me, and I don't have nobody here to basically, you know, help me out and stuff like that. Of course, like I said, I suffer I suffer from sleep apnea. So, and even though I do have my CPAP machine on at all times, there are times where I do stop breathing in the middle of the night when I'm asleep. And that's the thing that I'm afraid of, because there's nobody to wake me up to tell me like, hey, you need to do this and do that. So I try not to think like that, but in the back of my mind, it's it's always going to be there. But I hope everybody, like I said, I hope everybody is trying to pray for me, because I need it. Um, I need it right now. Um, but other than that, man, I can't really complain about this past weekend. This past weekend was a great weekend for myself and for everybody that was actually at the game or watching the game. Um, uh, it was a great feeling. It was a great feeling. So I want to I just want to go ahead and jump out with I don't want to go ahead and jump out with my my take that on the my take that was on the Grambling Prairie View game, the State Fair Classic. So I just want to give my little small recap. Um, trying to get my little small recap, but um it was I would say it was a great game. It was it was a great game on Saturday, and I can say that I did leave. I did leave in the middle of the third quarter, only because I want to go try to get my turkey leg. So I went to go try to get my turkey leg. Uh, paying with tickets. You have to State Fair, Texas. That's the whole thing. Trying to um, basically just, I wouldn't say glutton, but just to eat and have fun and enjoy other people that's around. That's what um that's what was going on with me. That's what happened on. We kind of bumped out for a second, but um it was one of them. It was one of them things where it was. I had no complaints. I had no complaints. Um, so that's the reason why I had to rewatch the rest of the game, even though I was listening to it. I had to actually rewatch the rest of the game to kind of get trying to get my take on it. I was just trying to be fair and get my take on it. Let me see something. So that's what happened. That's really what happened on here. Uh, I can't really complain. I can't really say anything that was bad about it. It was a good experience. Um, as y'all know, Prairie View did win the game 36-34. In 5 overtimes. Like I said, it was one of those games where um it was one of those games where you had to be there. Like you had to be there. It was one of those games where you had to be there, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But of course, had my mom with me, my mom, my niece, and friend. Um we all went. We went to the game. Went into the fair, walked around, got a little bit of food before we walked into the stadium, and when we got in the stadium, sat on Prairie View side because, of course, that's what my mom want to do. She want to sit on PV side because her granddaughter is at PV. My other niece is thinking about going down there, but I'm trying to convince her to come to Jackson. Uh, but uh, we had a good time. We had a good time. The weather was nice. Can't really complain about it. Can't complain about it. Game wise, game atmosphere wise, I can say I've been going to this thing since 1992. Literally, I've been going to this game since 1992, and I'm not too fond of the all the ratchetness that goes on throughout the game. And what I mean by ratchetness, I'm talking about the promoters. Promoters take over the game. That takes away from my game atmosphere. If you're a football fan, if you're a true football fan, it takes away from the game atmosphere. And of course, I mean, I love my bands and everything. I love the bands and everything, but like I said, it just took away from the atmosphere of um just trying to enjoy it. You get what I'm saying? Trying to enjoy an actual good football game. Um what's up with this thing? Oh, this one. It's under review. But Uncle Sam, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on so we can go ahead and get talking about the games from Saturday, what's coming up, and top 10 on D2 and D1 HBCU football. So
Yes, sir.
oh it's that Nuke that's so nice. He part of that frat that what?
Man, Frat's so nice. We named it twice.
Man, what's going on?
Man, nothing much. Nothing much, man. So there was some good games. But I will say this. I'm always listening to you when it comes to that State Fair Classic because I thought it was over. I thought it was pointless. I
It
thought it
wasn't
was
over.
pointless.
It wasn't over. Especially when Coach Bubba said he had to go, he had to talk to, a walk with Jesus moment. I don't know who he walk. I don't know what Jesus who he walking with, but he must have cut somebody out.
He did, man. Whatever he did, it must have worked. That's the only thing I can say. It worked. It
What's going
worked.
on?
It worked. They're gonna come in and dominate and do their thing, but it just they had a breakdown. Second half they did.
What's going on, Mr. Ford? Uh-oh.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear
Yes,
you
sir.
loud and clear.
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah, I know you
I'm
watched.
rewatching Jackson and Texas Southern.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. You know what? Because I said this, I had to go back and rewatch the State Fair Classic, even though I was there. I had to rewatch because I left in the middle of the third quarter, and when we walked out, the score was 17-10 when we walked out. So they was pretty much making their run. I can't really, I was just trying to see what was up, and we went to walk around and got our food and got your turkey legs, you know what, I ain't getting no funnel cake. That's bad business. I ain't getting no funnel cake this year. That's crazy. Uh, but nah, it was one of the things where uh, we stopped at the spot where we got up, the main part where you get your turkey legs and all the stuff from, and then we stopped at another spot where they had two jumbotrons, one with the State Fair Classic playing, and then the other game was Alabama versus Georgia, which that was that was a game for the ages right there. Um, but yeah, it was one of them. I don't one of the things like, look, y'all got to do something because you cannot go down 0-3 in the division. You just can't do it.
Man, they pulled out a stop, man. I mean, I was shocked because I thought, you know, based on the Grambling Jackson State game, I just thought that they was going, I thought the Grambling was going to come in and dominate them. But I guess that's one of those, I didn't realize how much of a, real classic that game really was until now. So
It's one of them classes like if you not there, if you're not there, because you gotta remember before then they didn't, like, for a long time they never showed this game on TV. This game was always broadcast over the radio. They and it was broadcast over the gospel channel, the gospel radio channel. They never put this game on TV probably until like a couple of, like, some years back. And now it's like you literally, like, when you watch it, you see it, like, you literally got to be there.
What was the official attendance at the game?
Close to 53,000.
Yeah, that's a big game.
But see, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If the promoters promote the damn game like it's supposed to be promoted, you probably would have about 70,000 up in there. Cause that upper deck wouldn't have been almost full if you promote it correctly. And the only thing, like I said, the only knock I always have about this game is the fact that it's too much going. It's too much stuff going on. Where I be trying to enjoy a football game, and you got Rick Ross coming in. I'm like, dude, you were just in Orlando. That private jet, that private jet going real good. Give you all them freaking fly miles.
yeah,
But I'm like, I understand, and I'm like, understand you here with the, for the radio station and stuff like that. You here with, and then our local rapper, he was here, Trap Boy Freddy. I'm like, okay, cool. It ain't like it ain't like I don't see you on the street. um, but like, it's too much stuff. I'm trying to enjoy a football game. The band going, which I don't have no problem with. But then you got on the far end of the other end zone, you got a whole mini concert going on in that little corner. And I'm like, y'all, come on, y'all killing me, Petey.
Well, Doc, you got to realize those people understand that culturally we worship them celebrities and rappers and all of that. They know that because they've done sociological studies on us. And they know that we worship them people, and whatever them people say, usually we go about it. I don't know if you know the story about when they first created the Cadillac Escalade, and what the marketing people in Detroit said that the main thing you had to do because they were saying who's going to buy this, but what the marketing people told them was, listen, you let the rappers use it in their videos, let them talk about it in their music, and I guarantee you people will buy it. And they did. Because the people who run this society, they understand the power of this so-called black celebrity on everyday black people. They know that. They know that we worship those people. They know this.
they also realize the power of the black dollar too,
True.
Yeah.
because we spend it for every dollar that we get. We spend it.
Yeah. Like they say in the Jewish community, the dollar turns over 30 times. In the Indian community, I think it's 25. In the black community, it's between 1 and 0.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, it was just too much going on. But like I said, I still enjoyed the game because I mean, like I said, I told folks like rain, sleet, snow, heat, whatever, cold. I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan first and foremost. Um, and I checked out a really good game. So I also had my ear on the Texas Southern Jack State game on Saturday too. So it wasn't like I was just focused on that, but I was listening to, watching the game and listening to a game at the same time. We can get into that right there. I know, Mr. Ford, you watching it right now.
Yeah, it's like my second time.
Oh, so you already bro, you could have had me up in the press box, bro. Come on. But nah, what y'all think about that game? TSU and
Which
Jackson
one?
State. Jackson State, Texas
Jackson
Southern.
State getting ready for FAMU. They getting ready for FAM. I just hope this messes over with this, what they call it, uh, all this quarterback stuff. I hope that Jacobian is the solid number one. I think that needs to be over with. I don't need to see that other kid unless Jacobian is hurt.
Not even you run package like a package for him.
If I'm
Kind
gonna
of
run a package, I'll run it for that other kid. What's his name? Zeb. What's the kid name
Simon
from?
Donald.
Yeah, that's the one I
McDonald.
run packages for.
Mm.
But I just thought they were getting ready. I saw some things. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Evan Henry at the center spot. Uh,
Right. He did.
I like him at the center spot.
I did ask TC what how Evan was doing. He's supposed to get our word back either today, yesterday or today. But I hope he is coming back because I didn't really see the injury.
But yes,
But
yeah, somebody rolled up on his ankle. I think it was.
okay, so we, hopefully he'll get back out there. Um, he'll get back out there this by this weekend. And if not by this weekend, you still got we got what? We got a bye week coming up after this game. If I'm
Yeah,
not
he should be
mistaken.
healthy. He should be healthy by the 19th for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, he'll be ready. I can't see them keeping him out of that game. That is the game, man. That is the game.
So what do y'all think about Travis Terrell?
Game changer.
Yeah, I'm like that's a kid from Fairburn or somewhere. Where's he from?
Yeah, Creekside.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I like that. You got another little species named Dupree. What is it, Dupree?
Free.
Yeah,
Yep.
Janaylin
That
Dupree.
guy's a game changer too.
Mhm.
That's Marcus Dupree's grandson right there.
No, for real.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah,
grandson.
that's his
He's
grandson.
he's from Philadelphia. What's his
Uh
hometown?
ain't he from Philadelphia?
Yeah, he from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh yeah. So listen. He got the blood in him.
The Sober Central.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He got speed on him too.
Yeah, he got speed, man.
Yeah, he was
He's
on.
Oh,
He was honorable
he's
mention
a
all
speed.
state.
Yeah,
I
you
was
can do a
looking
lot
at
with him, bro.
I was looking at the game and I was like, Janaylin going out there. They both running the same. Like it looked like he was running probably like 2 speeds faster. And both of them was going at, they were just looking at like, hey, you get this block right here. You get this block. You get this block right here. But no, that he's a game changer. That's the reason why, and I think that's the reason why. Um, that's the reason why TC likes to have him in the backfield. Now, if I was him, I would have him. I would have him running slot, but
But see, he
because
can do
he
so much, man. But see, he can
right.
do so much because his athleticism, and then also a lot. A big part of his game to me is his agility, man. Like he can squirt past you, he can squirt up under the
Yeah,
pile.
yeah.
You really can't get a good hit on him, and I mean that boy is valuable, man. I mean
He's
that's a we Tigers, man. I need y'all to get y'all pocketbooks ready for next year because that's an NIL deal waiting to happen with him.
he's a and he's tough. Y'all just don't understand.
Yeah,
He's
he's
tough.
super tough,
He
super
do
tough.
for him to be that size 5'8", 170, he does not care about running in between the tackles. Look at the games. Look at the games that he playing. He
Well, to
does
let
not
you
care
know, he
about
was
what
a featured running back in high school.
right.
That's all that is. That's all that is. He was a featured running back in high school. So now on the college level, he's just a he's just a Swiss Army knife, man. That you can't. I mean, you just can't keep up with him in the come game time. You just can't. And then he's a gamer
Would you
too.
compare him to Sylvester Stamps?
That
Uh,
was, that
I'm
before
gonna
my
tell you
time.
who I would compare him to. Back in the day, Jackson State had a guy by the name of Dexter Thomas, DT. The human they called him the human torpedo, and he was run about that size. But I mean, he run between the tackles. You could put him in the slot. But I'm gonna tell you another guy. Although I don't mess with the school, but I'm again on this channel we do facts over fandom. He actually reminds me. You remember that little guy years ago that Southern had, Willie
Willie
somebody,
Quinn.
Willie
He was
Queen.
from Miami.
That's
The
who
Mighty
he
Quinn.
reminds me of. He
Oh
reminds me of
yeah.
that guy there.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
you look at their game, and then look at the exact build. Now, even Travis by weight is a little bigger than him, but they
Right.
run about the same height and the same size.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, Willie Quinn was a game changer for them. So
Listen, he was electric. Willie
yeah,
Quinn. I
yeah.
remember him. Yeah, he played for Dawson Odoms.
hmm And so that's who he reminds me of.
Yeah.
Not trying to make my Tigers out there unhappy, but we talk about real football, but that's how dynamic this young man really is. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
because see, with him, what I love about him, you guys, is you have so many options with him. You
Yeah.
can, you can run him on a sprint out, you can run him on a post, you can put him in the slide, he can run between the tackles, he can do those 5-yard outs, he can do drags, I mean, it's just his talent it's there. It's unlimited. It's unlimited. It really is. I mean, he's one of the better ones I've seen in a long time. But
He, re- he
coach has a bunch of weapons at his disposal though. So, I mean, you still got three of your top wide receivers out. So, I mean, you got Rico Powers, Kobe Paul, and McCray, which was a first team preseason SWAC guy. So,
Right.
they'll be back. So, I mean, with this team, like I tell people, just relax, give it time because it's just he has, and Coach TC is an offensive guy. So I mean, he has the weapons at his disposal because I mean, you just don't know who's going to do what each Saturday, and that's a lot to prepare for too.
Oh
On
yeah.
the defensive side, that's a lot.
can I give a shout out? Let me give a shout out to all the fans that's been on the road this whole so far this season with Jackson State because it's a couple that drove to Louisiana twice to Monroe and to Grambling, and then it's some that it's most of them went down in Houston. And shout out to the alums, the alumni chapter from Houston and Dallas because they made their ways down there. Hey, hey, y'all some road warriors, and I'm trying to get myself on that road so I could come see my squad play and everything.
Well, JSU gonna always be in the house, man.
Yeah.
It
I
just
was
is
just
what
about
it
to
is.
say that. That's a known
Yeah,
fact. Ever since they
I
came
mean,
FCS, Jackson State leads it in attendance. Now Jackson State has an FBS following. Okay, remember 1 year you had the game. I think it was your homecoming. It was Ole Miss and it was Mississippi State. Y'all had a bigger crowd in the vet than they had at Oxford, and a bigger crowd than what they had in Starksville.
That was
That's when the people
20.
started looking.
That was 2021.
No,
Yeah,
see,
was
that
it
was
your homecoming? Was it that
yeah,
game?
yeah, that was 2021. But
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
how it began. See, back in the 80s, Miss Ford and Doc, I was a kid back then, and what we used to do, because my dad, when he was living, we'll go, because he was judge or whatever. So we got in the game pre or whatever. You had to stay on the sidelines or whatever. Then I'm a little kid. I'm playing in the stands and all this stuff with my friends. But they used to have two games in one day back in the day. They
yeah,
had
I remember
Ole
that.
Miss.
I
They
remember
had
that.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State,
Yeah,
the Egg Bowl
yeah,
around about 11 o'clock, and then they would come. Then that game will run by 2. Then they'll come in and spray the field and
right.
put the little air dryer on there. And then the Soul Bowl was always at like 6 or 7 o'clock that evening,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I
And
remember them days.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State, you probably had about 30, 40,000 people. But back then, when I was a kid, man, the Soul Bowl was filled to the rim. Like you actually had people standing up in the aisles, still coming in the game, and
Mm.
all the seats were full. So, Jack State just always had that pristine as far as crowd participation, number one, and then just bringing in a crowd. Period. It's just always been like that, and I
Oh
just
yeah,
really don't think it's never going to change because Jackson State is a lot of people's baby. That's their baby. It's just like it's their protein. So it's gonna forever be like that.
Oh, they got too much stuff going on outside. But yeah, man, I just want to give a shout out to all the fans that's that's been rolling. Like this one right here, Miss Shanetta been rolling in and out from Jackson to Louisiana to H Town to wherever it's close enough for them to go. She been rolling out, and we appreciate you for doing that. But yeah, let's go ahead and start off our recap in the MEAC, man, because we had some games in the MEAC that was kind of good this past weekend. But
It was.
uh, I think this was the game. This was the game of the day for the MEAC. Delaware State went down to Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, to take on Campbell. Whoever thought that Delaware State was going to score 40 points in this game, probably myself. Um, uh, I'm scared of this team right here.
listen, man, Lee Hall is an outstanding coach. I told y'all to look at his background. He's a Holy Cross graduate. This guy led Morgan State to the playoffs 1 year. He was the wide receiver coach for the Indianapolis Colts. He has a resume. He has a pedigree. That guy ain't nothing to play with. And now Delaware State is talking about building an indoor practice facility. Now, if he can get them kids to come down from Jersey, get them kids from Philly, and get them kids from DC, y'all better watch Delaware State now. I'm telling you. Because, see, when I was in college, Delaware State had a white coach, and they was kicking behind.
Was that what's his name? Was it Gillick?
Pazakowicz or something. I can't remember. This was in the 8. Now, I think that white man had John Taylor. You remember John Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think John Taylor played for that man. He was roughing the MEAC, but he left and went, I don't know, did he go CAA or somewhere? He went to one of them schools.
Who, John Taylor?
No, the coach, the white coach they had at Delaware State. He stayed with them for a few years, and then he left and took another job. We got the Delaware State people in here. His name was Przerkowitz or something.
You gotta
But they
ask
better
him.
watch. I'm telling you, they better watch Delaware State now, because they see with Delaware State's geographical location, they got to get them boys out of Jersey, Philly, DC, because ain't no kids from the South going up there. Ain't nobody from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. They not going up there. They got to get them northern boys.
Well, they had a game. Marquis Adams, the quarterback for Delaware State, he had a game. He was a little bit over 50% of his passes, 252 yards and 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. Also had 36 yards on the ground. But the man of the hour was Jaden Sutton, running back. Had 20 carries for 198 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. From what I'm looking at, I think he is the leading rusher right now in the MEAC.
When's that MEAC schedule start? Are they still playing the PWIs, or when's that start?
So technically it has started this past weekend. It started because Central played Norfolk in Indianapolis.
Oh, listen, and they look great. Listen, man, Central's trying to take the MEAC. I'm telling y'all, they trying to take the MEAC. I mean, they look better than they did when they were down in Miami. They've gotten better.
So, but he had a tremendous game on Saturday.
Hey, Emmett Jones, he was the coach before William Coley. The white guy was before him. I'd have to look it up in a minute. Yeah, but they had a white coach that was before him.
Let's see what else we got. Princeton took on Howard. They was in Princeton, New Jersey. Princeton won the game 30-13. Stony Brook defeats Morgan State 22-3. They still can't find no offense. Norfolk loses to Central 37-10.
Oh yes, man. I saw. Yeah, listen, man. That team is well coached up at Central. They getting better every week, man. Now let me tell you something. With Howard playing Princeton and getting beat like that, like last year, Howard gets better when they go to them PWIs and get beat like that. They get better. When they come in playoffs, they better. I'm telling you now.
So yeah,
I agree, man. I mean, Trey Oliver, man. You know, he's that guy. He really is. And going back to what you guys were saying about Morgan, man. It's a shame that they don't recruit their backyard right there in the DMV area. It's a lot of talent come out the DMV.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, you can find a second string guy in high school, and can start him at Morgan. So, I don't understand, what it is with Morgan. They're gonna always have sound defense, running game gonna be great, but as far as that QB wide receiver position, they just don't believe in just big time skill players. They're
a typical MEAC team. That's
yeah.
now. That's how the MEAC play. The MEAC is between the tackles. They're gonna be big up front, and that's all they're gonna do. Now, some of them will throw a little bit, but the majority of them, they really don't throw the ball. That's what's wrong with Dawson Odoms to me. He went up there and went total MEAC. He tried to do it down at Southern. That's why they ran him away. Because in that SWAC, when they talk about the SWAC and the MEAC, SWAC is an air conference. They want to throw the football. MEAC, they want to run it.
Yeah, they're gonna always be tough in the trenches.
Always. Yeah, they're gonna be tough in the trenches now. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm a chat going crazy right now. But yeah, I don't know what to say about Morgan, but I'm gonna say something about this game right here. The game of the night in the MEAC was North Carolina A&T going down to Orangeburg to take.
They got hip slapped. They got hip slapped.
I watched them the game this morning.
Oh, yes, they did.
You said you watched the game. Rewatched the game this morning.
Yeah, I watched the replay before I went to work. And Mr. Ford, while you're on, you were talking about the coach at Delaware State.
Yeah,
That was Joe Perzicki. Here it is. Here's a picture of him
that's
right
him.
here. It's
That's
from
right. That's him.
1984
Listen,
media
he took
guide.
over the MEAC while he was
Yeah,
there. He took
Joe
over.
Perzicki.
And
Yeah.
now he left Delaware State and went where?
I forgot where he ended up going to see. He and Bill Kolick both came from the University of Delaware. They both played under
Right,
Tubby
because they were
Raymond.
wing T people. That's right. They were
Wing
wing
T.
T.
And yeah, they both played under Tubby Raymond. And
That's right. Remember, Tubby is all time great.
oh yeah, he could run that wing T.
Yeah,
And,
they were
and
they were the Blue Hens. What would they call themselves?
the Blue Hens. Yeah, the Blue Hens.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Delaware
That's
State had a good
Joe.
team.
What's the guy? Joe Flacco.
Perzicki.
That's his
Joe
school.
Who was that?
Joe
Oh, you talking
Flacco.
about Joe Flacco. Yeah, Joe Flacco played there. Rich Gannon played
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, Delaware has a history now.
Yeah, I remember those Blue Hens when I was at
Oh yeah,
McNeese.
Blue Hen, yeah.
Yeah, they lost in the playoffs to McNeese in '90. That's what got McNeese to the national championship game. Yeah.
I think they go on FBS, right? They left
Oh yeah, they go
FCS,
on
didn't they?
FBS. Yeah, they go on
FBS,
FBS.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They left the CAA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mean to disturb your show, but I want to show Mr. Ford, Joe Perzicki, show the
Oh
picture.
no, you good. You good.
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you on right now. I'm glad that
Stay
you
on.
on right now. Yeah, Mr. Ford, you said they got what?
They got pimp slap. But let me say this. I want to say this to the North Carolina
I watched this.
A&T graduates and to their students. I need for y'all to stand up for your school. Now, listen, Dr.
I
Martin
just got
was a
seeing
brilliant
David
man,
today.
and this guy that's the AD there, but they destroyed that program. Dr. Martin
Hilton.
and Earl Hilton destroyed that program. And I want to call on the
Thank you, Whitney.
A&T faithful, the graduates and the students to take back that program and first of all, get rid of Hilton and then put that school back in the MEAC. Y'all got to do it. Y'all got to do it because listen, you on the floor and you getting ready to be on the ground because you're gonna be everybody's homecoming next year. You're gonna be everybody's homecoming.
Yeah,
So
they've
come
been
on,
getting
A&T. You're the largest HBCU in the country. Come on back home. Stop being the idiot. You can't compete in that CAA. Come on back to the MEAC. Get rid of Hilton because Hilton and Dr. Martin destroyed, to me,
And he's
was the
gone
best all-around athletic program. They were winning in football, men's basketball, women's basketball. They were winning in track and field, you name it. And that program has been totally destroyed. So get rid of Hilton and come back to the MEAC.
And A&T had some Olympians too.
Oh yeah, A&T.
Yeah.
I had a. Yeah, they were really blowing up back in 2019 when I went to GHO in 2019 before the
what killed them when Deion Sanders landed in Jackson, Mississippi, we didn't hear nothing else from A&T because they started disintegrating. Then the first thing they did was they pulled out of the MEAC. They went to that nothing hillbilly conference called the Big South, and they stayed there maybe a year or two. And then they jumped their behind up in the CAA, and they've been lost ever since. Now you talking about how good you are. Listen, Central pimp slapped you, and then you got pimp slapped by South Carolina State.
Oh man!
So the MEAC on you.
Oh gosh!
Yeah, the MEAC home, man. It's so tough, Mr. Ford.
I watched that Central.
and see with them, not only are they getting beat, they're getting beat to sleep too.
Oh, they're getting beat badly.
It's not even a game after 2 quarters.
They look like a Rod Broadway and Sam Washington team. Yeah, they look horrible.
Word on the street is with A&T is that their top rusher, the running back, the starting quarterback, and then some other players are all out for the season.
Who is that?
Like Mr. Ford said, they started running back, they started quarterback, they top 2 receivers can't even start for MEAC teams. They can't.
Can't start for a MEAC team.
I mean, they just can't. I mean, just tell the truth about it. I mean, they have a lack of talent. They definitely have a lack of coaching. They have a lack of coaching, and it's going to take somebody to come in and just blow it up and just say, you know what, we got to start over fresh, and because you still have the North Carolina A&T brand.
So
Yeah.
Kids want to go there.
They got
who you
14,000. They got
think
over 14,000 students.
and they the number one public HBCU. Yeah,
Yeah.
they the number one public HBCU now. But who do y'all think? And then we're gonna go ahead and continue on to the SWAC, and then we're gonna do D2. But who do y'all think? And I got this question. I got this question out from on Monday. It was from HBCU Sports with Ken Rashad and all those guys.
Mhm.
Shout out to
Yeah,
who
shout
do
out to
y'all think right now in the MEAC and the SWAC that is on the hot seat? Top 4 coaches who's on the hot seat.
Who?
Like right now. Mhm.
Maynard,
I know Maynard is one of them.
Dawson
The
Odom.
Brown guy at A&T. What's his name? The Undertaker. What's his name?
Vincent Brown.
Vincent Brown, definitely.
Mhm.
Dawson Odoms.
So that's
The
3.
guy down there at Bethune-Cookman.
Raymond
Oh
Woody.
yeah, Woody. Yes.
Yeah, Woody.
Would
Yes.
you put Coach Woody on the hot seat? Though?
Yes.
You
Well,
let a
Yes.
TCU school, a perennial loser like Clark, come down there and beat you? Yeah, he on the hot seat.
in 2 seasons, he could be
But
gone
listen,
in
I
2
went
seasons.
to
They
Clark.
give
We don't
coaches
even
2
care about.
seasons.
Listen, the top sport at Clark is basketball. They don't even care about football.
And behind Jackson State being number 1, Florida A&M being number 2 in recruiting, guess who was number 3, Doc?
Yeah, I know it was Bethune.
So I mean, but this is 2 years in a row. This is 2 years in a row. So
Yeah,
no,
coaches.
like I've been telling people, although I do say it in a joking way, and try to not do overkill with it, but Raymond Woody is the problem. He's the problem.
And they give
He's the
coaches
problem. He
nowadays
has to,
2 years to get it together.
BCU. Yeah, he's the problem. And see, it would be different that when they posted the stuff with Ed Bree. Remember, not trying to bring up anything old, but with the weight room and all this type of stuff. But they're still getting quality athletes in there. They're getting 3 and 4 star guys in there.
Would you think Coach Wade from Valley is on the hot seat too?
Oh yeah, he gone. Ken gone.
But
Yeah,
here's the thing, and this is something that I had learned about this. Out of 74 years of Valley football, right?
Mm-hmm.
They only had a winning season probably 6 or 7 of those years.
That's true,
So,
but you need to try to
here's-
win at least 3 games a year. That's not too much to ask for.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Is it on? This is the same thing that they said. Is it on him as a head coach, or is it on the administration with not thinking about being a perennial loser? And this is not just for football. This is for every athletic sport that's at Mississippi Valley.
Well, they can't. Number one, they can't keep an AD. But they had an AD that's up there in the Delta area. They had him for a long time. I can't. Not. Yeah, I know Hakeem. That's my frat. But he I forgot the guy that retired from there. He stayed in the Mississippi Delta? Oh God. What was that guy named, Mr. Ford? He been there for years. He was there. He was the AD for Valley for years. Oh God, what's his name?
You talking about Chuck Prophet?
Chuck Prophet was SID. He was SID.
He was SID at Valley. I'm talking about the AD. Anybody from Valley on here? I can't think of the guy's name, but he was there for a long time. But yeah, it's it's just you're gonna have to at least get to somewhere where you can win 2 or 3 games. Not trying to be funny. Hell, scared of Kahoma or somebody. I don't know.
But
I mean,
my thing is, the thing is, do you like to me? If you the president, right?
mhm.
Gerald Briggs is the president for
He
Valley.
is.
Okay,
He is.
what has he done as a university president to even get Valley to be somewhat competitive? Because I looked at the game on Saturday, right? I looked at the game when they played Alcorn on Saturday.
Yeah, looked at some of that game.
They were competitive in this game. It was just Alcorn just was had they just wanted it more. But at the same time, it was their first home game because remember they've been on the road for 4 years, for 4 games straight. They was on the road for 4 games straight. Then it was their first home game. You unveiled the new turf. You unveiled the
Video board.
the video board and all the other stuff that's going on. But at the same time, what I can't, because see, here's the thing. If you keep recycling, like if Coach Wade, if you let him go after his second year, what does that say about you as an administration to say, well, we got to get a coach that know how to win? But the same thing, you got to have an administration that's invested in its athletics department, that's going to be fully
Yeah, winning
invested.
starts in the president's office. That's a given. Winning
That's a
starts in the
given.
president's office.
So
If your
during this
president's
time,
not supportive of the program, you're not gonna win.
so
That's what I
during
love.
this time, when as Gerald Briggs is the president of this university, how many what have they done in football, basketball, baseball, what any other sport, Olympic sport, whatever? What have they done to
Hmm.
be competitive in the conference? They cannot, and here's the thing: they can't afford to fire that man because they cannot afford to fire him.
Well, it depends on his contract. If he had a 4 year, then no, they won't be. He's gonna probably have to go ahead and play
He
that
got a
out.
he got a 4 year contract.
Oh
This
well,
is
I
a
mean,
this
it's
is
just,
a
to me, it's about to me, it's just my opinion. It's about recruiting for them. I mean, you
That's what it's
have
about.
all those guys in your backyard, and you just can't go get them. That's that Morgan State type of stuff. You got all these people in your backyard, and you allowing them to get away from it.
Yeah.
You're not saying, okay, just because this guy played for Cleveland Central, you might not get a starter, but you might get a guy
St.
that's second
Francis Xavier.
string.
so let's move
St.
on to
Francis Xavier. Yeah,
so
Baltimore.
let's move on to the SWAC. Let's get on to this right here because during the coach's call, Coach Wayne said he had to fire some folks off his coaching staff. Like he's looking to try to turn this thing around now.
But see, Coach
And
Wade, he has a pedigree, man, because he comes from a winning program like a Delta State, man. That's hard.
Oh yeah.
That's hard, man.
States
And then
fighting
you
over
got to
him.
think a team that he played on before they did the consolidation. See, he played Cleveland East Side.
Oh, I remember Willie Todd coached there.
Them old East
yeah,
Side teams in
I know
Cleveland.
yeah.
Them
Yeah.
was some bad teams.
Oh yeah.
Them guys. The Mario Day. I mean, they had guys going
Mario
Mississippi
Davis and all
State.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they were going to places like Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Straight out. So, I mean, he comes from a winning. He has a winning background, and I think this is something that he wants to do. but he's just going to get out there and, I mean, maybe some of the Valley alums need to do what we do. Use your social media presence.
And
Post the
I'm gonna say
difference.
something about
That's
this.
something.
This is something about the was with Blue. What's up? Shout out to Blue. You gotta have we gotta have an honest conversation. One, do kids want to go here, right? Because especially if you went to
That
school in the
location.
Delta, yeah, it's the location. If you went to
Yeah.
school in the Delta, if you went to high school in the Delta, if you known the Delta all that time, you gonna try to get up out the Delta,
Yeah.
right?
That is true.
I
That's definitely
it's
true.
so crazy. My niece that was at the game with me on Saturday, she was like, I was thinking about Mississippi Valley. I said, baby, you from look, I was like, Mookie, you from Oak Cliff, you from Dallas, you're an inner city child, right? Now I can understand you going down I can understand you going to Jackson. I can even understand you going going down to Hattiesburg to Southern Miss and stuff like that. But going to even to Starkville, because I ain't gonna send you the old piss. But
Yeah,
Oh
because
Lord.
Hattiesburg not far from New Orleans
right.
Yeah.
But I
and Mobile.
honestly would tell you not to go. I'm not saying don't go there, but are you gonna be able to withstand being in the middle of almost practically nowhere? Because your next closest town
Greenwood.
is Greenwood. The other next closest town is Indianola, which really ain't too
Yeah.
much there.
I mean, you
And if
got
you
Cleveland, right there. You got,
yeah,
Even
you
going to
got
Memphis.
Cleveland, you got Greenville, Greenwood is okay. That's right there.
yeah.
Um,
But I'm saying for a 18-year-old
Yeah.
well, I
kid,
Very
mean,
well
they want to
healed.
get away from those mosquitoes. Let's just be real. It's
Yeah.
only a couple things that you can do in the Delta. You can wait on a check from Benny Thompson. You can work at a factory. You become a doctor, lawyer, accountant, and a teacher. That's pretty much it. I
bro.
hate to say it like that, but
Yeah.
it's just that's all what it is. And I do understand the proximity of those kids. Want to get out of there. Because these kids are different. So, but
I
I
mean,
just think that Coach Wade, even the top guys that leave, you can go get, like I said, the guys that are backups and build a program that way.
Now,
Because there's some purebred talent there. And the way I would sell
yeah,
it is to say, hey, you know what? Your mom, your dad, y'all can come to the game because it's not far. It's only a car ride,
right.
you know?
So my thing too is here's another thing. What we saw in this game, it was sold out. It was a sold out game. They packed the game out. You know, they was loud. They was rowdy, loud, and proud. That's what we say when it comes to my Mavericks in basketball. But at the same time, is it equating on the field? Is
yeah.
really not equating on the field. The best chance they had to win a game this year was, for right now, at this time, was against Lamar because Lamar was horrible. They
Yeah,
were
they had them on the ropes big time. They had them
No,
on the
they
horrible.
did.
ropes
They had
big
Lamar.
time. Yeah, they had
And,
them on the ropes.
think and I think what happened was, oh yeah, they said Davis Weathersby was the former AD of Valley.
That's him. Yep,
Yeah.
that's him.
Um, but
Yeah.
that
Well, it's-
that
yeah.
that no interception call that just turned the whole thing around. They lost confidence in that game right there. And then every game that they come out playing, they come out playing hard, but it's like they get in their own way. Not saying this team, I'm not saying Coach Wade is a bad coach or nothing like that, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you got to give this man a chance. You got to make sure that he is adequately funded, and you got to make sure that everybody is behind him because at the same time, if you let him go, you
Who
starting
you
out.
want?
Who you gonna
Well, I
get?
mean, now that you done said he's under a 4-year contract, he's definitely not going anywhere,
Right.
regardless of wins and losses, because that's a pretty high ticket, you know. But there are some things that he can do. I think Coach Wade need to go back and get some of his partners that he played with. You had the Davis boys back there. Remember Dorsett Davis that played at Mississippi State? That's Cleveland East Side.
Oh,
The
East
big,
Side.
yeah, the big deep defensive lineman,
That's how I
Dorsett
met Willie
Davis.
Totten.
Yeah,
I met him on
that
East
came
Side.
from Cleveland East Side, and
Yeah,
he was SEC all SEC about 3 years.
yeah, yeah. Carroll High
So
School Monroe played him for Carroll's homecoming in East Side. They gave Carroll fits that evening back
okay.
during the time he's coaching. Yeah,
So and Coach Dorsett Davis,
Carroll
he
won.
graduated from Mississippi State, and he's actually a coach at Cleveland Central defense. He's a defensive coordinator. So I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
it's all about outreach for them, and I just think that you got to go to places. You got to recruit locally, like at Greenwood. You got to recruit, the Cleveland area. You got to go up to Grenada because Grenada has always been, produced great prospects. You got to go to the Tunica, Ruleville area,
Yeah.
and then you still have a powerhouse that don't nobody still talk to, and they've been a powerhouse the last 30 years. That's
South
Rosedale.
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 Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Tim Barnett.
Rosedale.
Tim Barnett played there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think back then. Rosedale was beating some 5'8". In the
Rose.
old system, they were beating 5'8" teams back then.
Oh, yeah. Rosedale
So
has some good. Yeah.
yeah, they had some real good talent. I mean, that was a
Yeah.
hotbed, for Mississippi State and Ole Miss. They would be pulling, picking straws on, who gonna go there. So
Yeah.
it's just about the Delta outreach. I just think that he needs to build it up, kind of that way, and just see what happens, man. And just see what
I
happens.
had to hear this one more time, Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
What you say? What you say? A&T got done. What happened to him on Saturday?
They got pimp slapped 2 weeks in a row. With a knee act.
Yes,
I
they
had
did.
to
They
listen to
Yes,
that.
they did.
Oh, I had to listen. I had to see it
Yes,
one
they
more.
did.
Oh
Yes,
man.
they
So
did.
I mean, so
And Trey
validated his.
Oliver was Coach Oliver was actually mad because he wanted to do it worse.
Oh, he
Yeah.
wanted.
He,
Yeah,
he put 66 on them, right?
he wanted to run it
Yeah,
up
he
on him.
said he
Was
He
wanted to
wanted
66
to
throw
run
it
it
for
up.
24?
100.
He wanted
It was
he
66.
wanted 100.
Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
wanted
Really,
100
he
on them.
really. They say he wanted 80, but he really wanted 100. The way
Mm-hmm.
he was pacing back and forth. Uh,
That's why Richwood used to score like that. He used to score 100 points when Sammy White was at Richwood High School here in Monroe in the early 70s. That's why he used to score 100 and some points on opponents.
so Alcorn defeats Mississippi Valley 42-21. Of course, this is Valley first home game of the season. The issue still is, and always forever going to be, is the quarterback situation. Um, I don't know what they can do to remedy that, but they have to find something with this QB situation and stick with it and make sure that they can get the the line to block for them.
Well,
For
I think
Alcorn,
Alcorn has found their guy.
Xavier Vaughn.
Yeah, I think Vaughn is their guy. Valley has found its guy. Your guy from your area. And I just think, you just got to roll with them, man. You just got to roll with them. I know they're young. I get it. They probably went to the prom this time last year around April, but sometimes if that's your best player, you got to put them on the field. It just is what it is. I understand seniority. I get it. People going through the program. I get it. But I'm sorry. If I got a Cadillac, up under the garage, but I'm driving an Accord. It's like, you're not saying anything wrong with that Accord. Accord's nice, very efficient car. The hell,
Yeah.
I got a Cadillac up under there, so I got to put it on the road. So you just got to do it.
Yeah, they ended us running for almost 300 yards in this game. Jacorian Sewell had 164 yards on 12 carries and 1 touchdown, average almost 14 yards a carry in this game.
I
Yeah,
like him.
all corners on roll right now, and they are going into their next game is against Pine Bluff this weekend at home.
They're a
So we'll get
homecoming.
it.
This is
Yeah,
their
so we
homecoming, but they're going against a high-powered offense, man. I tell you what, that QB from
Makai
Pine Bluff,
Higgins.
I like him.
Oh, Higgins. Oh,
I
yeah.
like
That,
him.
that brother's
Now
So
good.
somebody put this in the chat.
Alcorn better be ready to, they defense better be ready to be spread out, because he's a true dual threat as well. So
Now here's
they
another
better be
person
ready.
that because they're in their second year. Somebody said that asked this in the chat is Alonzo Hampton for Pine Bluff. Is he on the hot seat?
No, no,
So if he's not on
no.
the hot seat, then Kendrick Wade shouldn't be on the hot seat either because of the situation, the circumstances that they are in right now.
But I tell
You know what
anybody,
I'm saying?
man, this is the first time I've ever seen to lose by 70 points, then
win
come
by
back and beat somebody by 70. So, you gotta give props to that. And if you look at that Tennessee State game, they were actually in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee State is a good team, so they were actually in the game. So, me personally, I know it's going Friday night. Y'all come back to hear my pick on that game, and I'm gonna explain to you why. But I don't know, I don't know, but I kind of know which way I'm swaying. But we will see at that time. But I think this is gonna be a great game because you're gonna finally see, can Alcorn keep up the pace as far as scoring points?
Yeah. So get back to this Bethune-Cookman loses to Alabama State 26-21.
Watch the end of
Alabama
that game.
State is getting ready for their homecoming this weekend, and they bring in FAMU into town. Still playing the freshman quarterback, Zach Sims, 8 of 12, 78 yards. He had a touchdown, but he had no interceptions. But they rushed for over 300 yards as a team. Jamari Holtzclaw with 120 of those yards. And then you got AJ Gates with 74. Daquan Kinsey has 71. So you got a three-headed monster at running back for Alabama State. The whole thing about this is, and I'm looking at it from what I looked at with Bethune, can Bethune stop the run? They couldn't stop the pass. They could not stop the pass if you was passing gas. They couldn't stop it. They
I
didn't
saw it
want
against Clark Atlanta.
Yeah, they couldn't stop it. They needed to stop it. They didn't want to stop it. But can they stop the run? Can they stop this? Can they stop this run for that's about to come in? Like they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. So Bethune they are on a bye week. They got Alabama A&M on October the 12th.
They needed a bye week. They 0-5, man.
Yeah.
They 0-5. I mean,
and they're irrelevant, really, until they show us something. They're not even worth talking about.
Nope.
Yeah, watch
You're
the
right about
second
that.
half.
You
Watch the second half.
let a Division II school come down to your home stadium and beat you, and you in the SWAC. You FCS. We talking about Division II.
That's
A
what Tuskegee
perennial
used to do to
loser.
Alabama State. Yeah.
We spending too much time on them.
Oh Lord, he ain't gonna never let it down. But that's your alma mater, though.
Yeah, it is, but still, truth is truth. It's truth is truth. Now, let me say this to you. How would you feel if Allen came to Jackson and beat Jackson at the vet?
Ooh,
Well, hell,
man.
we had
Delta State came in there and beat.
Came in
Came in there and beat. I
us.
remember that.
Delta State
Okay,
came
but
and beat
I'm
I
just
remember
saying,
that.
how would you feel if Allen University came down there and beat Jackson State at the
Work so much.
vet?
Oh, it'd have been the whole vet would have called for TC's job if that would have happened.
Work so
Oh, okay,
Monticello did that to
thank you.
UAPB. Yeah.
They would have called for TC's job if that would have happened right there. Man, man, I was sick. I've been like, I ain't coming to work for like 3 days. I ain't coming to work for like 3 days. That's how it
That's
would
what I
be
say.
for
He'd be
me.
sick.
I'd be
Yeah, that'd be blow
sick.
to your ego.
Man, but yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get these rankings in. So we got my D2 rankings. So I got coming in at number 10, Miles College. They back up on the board. They 2-2. Had a good win this past weekend. Number 9, we got Virginia
Now,
Union.
isn't that who Clark plays them for homecoming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does Clark play Miles College for homecoming?
I think so. That'd be a good one.
That's going to be a good game.
Man, look, I went to the game Saturday, man. I'm on the Clark train, man. I love
Clark,
QB.
Clark is
I
exciting to
texted you
watch.
as you went to the
They
game.
are. Yeah, I did. I went. That's why my reception was bad. I don't know why it was bad. I guess over there in that area where the game was played at in Memphis. But man, look at here, man. My favorite D2 QB is the truth.
David Wright.
Yes, he is the truth.
Yeah.
He really is. He can come to the SWAC and can start. He's that good.
Hey,
He's
before you go
that
to a
good.
Clark game, don't have any drinks going to that game. Looking at that field, that
Yeah,
red
it
field.
really.
Don't put anything in your. don't drink anything.
Oh wow. Yeah, they played
Yeah.
Lane at this historic high school in Memphis called Central High School. That was actually the first high school in the city of Memphis to integrate.
Oh, okay.
And they had it there, man. But he took over, man. He's a bad man. He
Yeah,
is a
So
Trenton's done a
bad
great job.
man.
so Union at number 9. Fort Valley come back up in here at number 8. They had a good
Sean
win
Gibbs.
this past weekend. Number 7, I got Albany State. They're redeeming themselves. So that's
Yeah.
a good thing right there. Number 6, I got Virginia State. That's at 2-2. They kind of
Not like
in
that
the
team
middle of the
last
pack.
season.
Right. They kind of in the middle of the pack. Number 5, I got Shaw. They coming off a loss this past
Shaw is
week.
surprising people.
Right. Number 4, people need to kind of watch this
You have
team
to
right
watch it.
here. West Virginia State.
The
Watch
Jags.
that team. The Yellow Jackets. Watch that team right there. They
Yeah.
3-1. Number 3, I got Winston-Salem State. They coming out for a big win too. They're
Yeah.
4-1.
Can't close
Number
beating A&T.
They
Yeah.
should have won that game.
Yeah.
Number 2, I got Clark Atlanta. And the only reason why I got them at 2, that tie is just looking ugly right now. But at number 1 for the for third, like second or third time this year, Johnson C. Smith.
Oh man, Maurice Flowers group. Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Have you
Yeah.
watched any game from Johnson C. Smith, Mr. Ford?
No, but I know about Maurice Flowers. I know him. I saw him when he was, I think he was up down to Darryl McNeil, and I saw him when he was the head coach of Fort Valley State. He can spread them out. He can throw it around. He's good with that run and shoot. He's real good with it.
Yeah.
So
But
he
no, I haven't
lead.
seen him play this year.
So they lead the CIAA in total offense. They also lead it in total defense.
Hmm.
Points scored, points against, they are tops in the conference. Uncle said you gotta watch Darius Ocean, the other quarterback for
That's my
Johnson.
guy. That's my number 2 guy in D2. Yeah,
Johnson C. Smith,
yeah, I
Darius
like
Ocean,
Ocean. I like
Quavarius
I
Ocean.
Crouch.
heard about him.
Yeah, Quavarius Crouch, running back, he's a big boy. We talking about 6'1", about 225, 230.
Yeah,
And
he's a tank.
then I think the best receiver in the conference, and I think almost in Black College, if if I was to put it all together, Brevin Caldwell. Brevin Caldwell is that dude for Johnson C. Smith. He already has 6 touchdowns. He already has like close to 500 yards of receiving yards. I think this team is on a mission. I think they'll be able to get Fayetteville this year. They'll be able to beat the other Union team. They'll be able to beat the other Virginia team if I think they do have them on the schedule. But at the same time, you can't beat this team right here. You gotta. And the thing is, you gotta play these dudes 4 quarters.
Yeah, they well coached. They are there.
You gotta play them 4 quarters. The issue that I had with them last year was the quarterback issue. And I think they solved that problem. We know the defenses when you lead the whole country in total defense.
And this day and time don't have much defense on a lot of these in these programs. I said that's great.
Right.
I mean,
Let's
they
go ahead.
shock me. They shock me. They're a juggernaut.
Yeah.
And they really are.
Let's go ahead and get to these D1 rankings right here. Coming in at number 10, I got Grambling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree.
Number 9, I got Southern coming in at number 9. They didn't play Saturday, so they
Nickel State.
They played Nickel State this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough. That's gonna be a tough one right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they went out and proved it. You know, they went out and proved it. They did beat PV. I thought PV was going to win that game, but Southern came into their territory and dominated.
Came by and won it. Yeah.
So at number 8, I got Prairie View. When my man Bubba said I had to come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
Well, he had a coming to employment moment too.
Come to employment, yeah, that's another.
He had a coming to employment, moment as well. Because unlike some of these other teams, PV has enough money to get rid of you if they don't want you on their campus.
Number 7, I got Alabama A&M. The reason why I got them in number 7, they didn't play Saturday. That's not their fault. It's weather related. So it's not their fault. So, but they do have a formidable team that I think they can get them going. But also they got a couple of injuries on their team right now. I heard Duke Miller is gone for the season.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he red shirt. He took his red shirt, so he's gonna rehab and stuff. Which I think that's a good one. That's a good thing right there. Number 6, I got South Carolina State. After that, what Mr. Ford said. Mr. Ford said they got pimps.
They got pimp slap. Yeah, they did. They did.
Chance Barrett let it all out on them.
I'm gonna tell you about this team right here. Don't let that man Eric Phoenix get going.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh yeah, I mean from Benedict.
Yeah, don't let that man from Benedict don't let that man from Eric Phoenix get going. Don't let him get
He's
going.
settling in. I mean, he's getting used to playing D1 competition now. He's settling
Yeah.
in. He really is.
Um, number 5, I got Alabama State. Now I could have flip flop between Alabama State and South Carolina State at between 6 and 5. Um, I just think of course we all know Bama State's defense is gonna keep you into the game, but
Hmm.
they got a rushing attack. They got a little rushing attack now, even
They
though
do.
it's albeit against
BCU.
Bethune Cookman. Yeah, I mean a win is a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A win is a win, regardless.
That's what you see in the record books. So, yeah, and then look at how it was done.
Wins and losses. That's correct.
Right. Number 4, I got the team from Nashville, Tennessee State. They came off. They I don't know what's up with the offense, but it was a defensive struggle. I mean, it was an offensive struggle in this game.
Well,
Tennessee
I
State
mean,
won the game
DJ don't.
13-9.
DJ doesn't have any weapons, man. It is what it is. He has to guide the ball and teach them and just make them hold their hand out like a cup, and he just put it in there. That's
Mm.
how bad the offensive talent is on this team.
Hmm.
Bad.
Coming in at number 3, and of course they didn't play because of the weather. I got FAMU. This is a trip. This is going to be a test this weekend of what they can do against actual SWAC opponent. Now Daniel Richardson is about to go into his first SWAC game, and I don't know if he's gonna rise up to the occasion or he gonna mildew.
Yeah, I think he will.
Alabama State.
Alabama State ain't gonna have enough old. They just not. They're not gonna have enough old. But what they need to do is because FAMU does give up over 200 yards rushing a game, so you got to pound that ball, pound it on, 'em, pound it on. 'em. You got to pound it on them and just play sound defense. And then they're just trying to run a spy, Fat Cat, and see what happens because
Coming in at number
you can't let Gazette get into it because if Gazette gets in their game and that tight end, what's the big guy? The big tight end they
Kobe
got?
Gross.
Yeah,
Kobe Gross. Yeah.
yeah. They, I ain't really worried about Stanker shit and all that. I ain't worried about them. But that's they self check. He and Dean they self check, and Dean about 42, so he about 6 years younger than me. So I ain't really
Kevin
counting that.
Dean.
I ain't really counting that.
Man.
So
Coming in at coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 2, I got Jackson State 3-2. Now you see how I kept this. The top 3 is going to be the way it is. It was like this for most of the part last year. And you see who was not in here. Howard is not in here. Morgan State is not in this thing. I don't have Alcorn in just yet. We'll see what they do this weekend. But they have a chance to crack my top 10. But Jackson State coming in at number 2, 43-14 domination over Texas Southern. Now I did ask Coach a question about kind of getting on the team when they let their foot off they take their foot off the gas, and they got to continue to dominate. He did address that on Monday, and I kind of like what his answer is. What he had on Monday, and then coming in at number one,
Big Bad Eagles.
boys out of Durham.
Big Bad Eagles.
them boys out of Durham.
They're good on both sides of the ball, man. And not only are they good on both sides of the ball, they're great on both sides of the ball. They're great in special teams, So they are formidable. They are a formidable team right now. I mean, they are rolling, and I'm pretty sure like Chuck and yourself, Doc, would agree. They are actually improving every week. Yeah. I mean, they are improving each and every week. And shout out to Coach Trey Oliver, for his coaching ability, and in order to motivate those guys, to just get even better and better, because after that 66 point victory, of course they were probably on a high and this and that, but they came out the following week and just snap of a finger, time the ball was snapped, they dominated. So shouts out to those guys.
2008.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
2008 was at Grambling when they won won the SWAC championship that year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when I met him.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I have Hampton? I have them nowhere. They fell from grace. But they can redeem us. They can redeem themselves. They can redeem themselves.
They can redeem themselves. I mean, because they're decent on offense, but it just
strong running game.
It just goes through. It just goes through that doggone zealous, man. Like, which one are we gonna see? That's the only thing. Like, some days he looks like he can go, get in the transfer portal and go get some NIL deal money, from one of these programs. Then the next week, it's like, here we go, So, I think that's a good ranking. Clearly the two best teams in the MEAC, are South Carolina State and NCCU. I mean, they're clearly the two best teams coming out of the MEAC. I mean, you have a you got a couple more that's potentially, you still can't forget, you still can't count out Howard. You can't.
I
watched
watch
them against Princeton.
No, you can't count them out. And the only thing, like I said, if they gave, if they gave points for stopping touchdowns, then you can add Morgan in there. If they like, for 3 and outs, if they gave you 6 points for 3 and outs, then you could put Morgan in that conversation as well. But I just think the top 3 teams right now, you got NCCU, you got South Carolina State, and you have Howard. And everybody else is kind of up for debate. So.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do some picks, because unfortunately I got to work Friday. I don't get off till midnight on Friday.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
So we're gonna start in the CAA.
Mm-hmm.
A&T on the road against Richmond. This game is a 1:00 kickoff on Flow Sports. How many points is Richmond gonna score?
Can we do negative points or something like that? Because I don't think they're gonna score. I don't think they score.
I think Richmond beat about 30. I think Richmond gonna beat them about 30.
About 30?
Yeah. Me too.
I think they'll lose by 50.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised, but if you want to score, I'm gonna say 42-0. Yeah, 42-0.
Then we got Rhode Island taking on Hampton down in Hampton, Virginia. I think this will be a good game. I'm gonna go with Hampton but by at least 1 point.
Mhm.
Got to go with Rhode Island, man. Trenches, trench play, trench play. I'm gonna go Rhode Island. 21-14 by 7.
Yeah, I think Rhode Island on this one. I think about 10 points.
Okay. Y'all two got Rhode Island. I'm gonna go with Hampton. I'm gonna go with that bougie school up there. Another one. So this is a MEAC CAA matchup right here. North Carolina Central on the road. They go to the country to take on Campbell.
They'll beat Campbell. They'll beat
Yeah,
Campbell.
I think they're gonna get Campbell.
Yeah, they're
Remember what
gonna beat
happened
Campbell.
last year?
Yeah, I do remember, but they had the Hajic, whatever his name,
Haj
Williams.
Malik Williams.
Malik
Yeah,
Hodge
him.
Williams. He's at
Yeah,
UNLV.
he's at UNLV. So I don't think they have that problem this year. I mean, their
Hodge
quarterback is
Malik
okay.
Williams. Yeah.
The quarterback for Campbell is okay, but I just think right now NCCU is on the road. I see that train keep going.
All right. So we got
score. I'm sorry. Score 35-14.
Sure. I'm gonna say Central by 21.
Yeah, I give Central. I say around. I could say 9 points. Let's go with that.
So let's go ahead and jump into this MEAC play. We got St. Francis on the road, going to Dover to take on Delaware State. Both teams only have one victory. But I do like the promise that Delaware State is. I think they can beat teams.
Yeah.
I think Delaware State gets this game right here, but they got to make it ugly. Got to make the game ugly.
I agree. I'm gonna go with Delaware State. They've shown me something. They've shown me steady improvement. And St. Francis right now is looking tough. That's not the St. Francis that I know from back in the day. So I'm gonna say Delaware State 21-17.
I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna go 24-21. Morgan State hosts Lincoln, Pennsylvania. This is their homecoming, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is Morgan's homecoming. Morgan by 40.
By 40.
Well, it just depends on, maybe they just gonna run the ball every down, I guess. But hopefully the quarterback can throw a forward pass, on target for 10 yards at least. I don't think that's too much to ask for a D1 athlete. But I'm like you myself. I think it's gonna be a blowout. Shout out to my boy MEAC Mike. I think he'll have something to celebrate about, especially on his homecoming. Lincoln is just, Lord have mercy. It's not looking. It's looking grim for those guys. But I'm gonna say Morgan 42-0.
I'm not even gonna give a score on this game. I'm gonna just say Morgan by 40. Norfolk State goes on the road, take on Sacred Heart. Norfolk's coming off a loss against Central in the Circle City Classic. I think Sacred Heart kind of turned their stuff around after that loss to Delaware State. I'm gonna go with Sacred Heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I think Sacred Heart is gonna be kind of dominated in the trenches, and that's what it's gonna come down to. And I think they'll be able to run the ball. They'll be able to throw little 5-yard, 10-yard screens and stuff like that, and be able to run those little curl patterns that they're known to do. So I got them winning 28-14.
Mm.
South Carolina State goes on the road to Cookeville, Tennessee, take on Tennessee Tech. This game is at 1:30 p.m. on ESPN Plus.
Upset alert. I'm going to go with Thanos. I'm going with him. I'm going to roll with him. 28-13. Go Bulldogs. South Carolina State.
What you got? Chuck?
Tell you the truth, South Carolina State, you know, they look great against A&T, but I just want to see how they're gonna do against a team such as Tennessee Tech. I probably I go and give them an edge. I'm give it close. I just always say something like 4 points or something that South Carolina State will win.
Well, one reason why I gave him, I quoted that score because South Carolina State is a much better team than Tennessee State, and Tennessee State took Tennessee Tech down to the brink. So if DJ would have missed that last, well, the last pass was pick six, but if he would have missed that pass like 2 plays before when the guy was wide open, he just overshot it. Me and brother Carey, we was on the phone watching that game. If he'd have made that pass, they'd have beat Tennessee State, and I mean Tennessee State would have beat Tennessee Tech. But I just think that South Carolina State is building and getting better each and every week, and Tennessee Tech is just really not that tough. I mean, of course, they're a bigger FCS program, but I just think that South Carolina State, they're on a press tour right now. So
all right, so let's head on to the SWAC. Head on to your neck of the woods, Chuck. Down there in South Louisiana, in that school that's in Baton Rouge. I would never name it, but you know what I'm saying. Southern University hosts Nicholls State from Thibodeau.
Oh man, the Colonels. Whoa.
They got their first win last week against Mississippi Valley.
Yeah,
the train will keep rolling. Nicholls State 35. Well, I mean, we actually see that what's the name is actually Biden is actually throwing that ball. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud that that he's getting better, and week to week. But I just think that Nicholls on defense, they play Nicholls on defense. They play that 4-2-5, but they play it very effectively. I think that's going to be a little problem for them. And then we also got to think about issues with Southern in that offensive line. The offensive line, they played better. They played better the last time they was out. They really did. But I just think that, that 4-2-5 is going to give them fits. And I got Nicholls 35-28.
Guess what?
I think Nicholls will win 24-10 or something like that. I just see it.
I might go something even better. I might say Southern upsets them.
That's what they always have problems with through the years. Nicholls could have a worse team. They could have a great team at Southern.
They'll lose to Nicholls. Yeah, just from a tradition, right? From a tradition standpoint, it's just something about them Nicholls State uniform with Southern, man. They just can't beat them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Southern on this one. They don't let me down, y'all. Don't let me down. Prairie View is on the road going to San Antonio, take on Incarnate Word, coming off a huge win against Grambling on Saturday. They take on Clint Killaw and the Incarnate Word Cardinals. This is a 6:00 game on ESPN Plus at the Tom Benson Stadium. Yeah. Prairie View still has issues as far as quarterback play, even though Jaden Johnson came into the game and led them back into the game. I don't know if he's going to start this game for this week, but you need that. You need that spark. You need that spark. But I'm gonna go with Incarnate Word.
Me too.
I think Incarnate Word.
Yeah, Incarnate Word by many. I don't even know what the score will be, but it's by many.
Texas Southern is hosting the side chick of HBCU football, Virginia Lynchburg.
Oh no, man.
It's their homecoming.
Oh gosh.
It is Texas Southern's homecoming. How much you think Texas Southern's gonna beat this team by?
Well, they have 300 yards rushing as a team. I think their quarterback will probably have about 150 yards passing and probably about 200 yards rushing. So I'm gonna say Texas Southern 42-0.
Yeah. It's kind of like Bishop Sycamore situation. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Pine Bluff goes down to the reservation to take on Alcorn. It's Alcorn's homecoming, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this with Pine Bluff. Do not take their offense lightly because they can score. Now the issue is, can they stop? Can they stop anybody? Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Pine Bluff wrecks Alcorn's homecoming. Where G at? So he can.
Oh man, G. Oh gosh.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm sorry, the Triple B is gonna turn to BSB. I have Prairie View beating Alcorn.
No, it's Pine Bluff.
I'm sorry, not Prairie View. I'm sorry, PB. Pine Bluff beating Alcorn 42-31.
Gosh, because I watched Alcorn some of these games and looking at how they've played against like Edward Waters and some of these others. And said if they'll get it together, I said some beat me. Yeah, you don't want to ruin homecoming.
No, you don't want to rule. You don't want to ruin homecoming, but you got to be able to score.
Yeah.
You scored against Valley. You put up 42 against Valley, but Valley, if you look at the game, the score was 28-21 going into the fourth quarter. So, that's pause for concern. That's a big pause, no Diddy.
Now you see what you said. The game going into the fourth quarter, they was only up by 7 against Valley. Do you think you need to fire Coach Wade from that? Nah, I don't think so. But Pine Bluff, they have an offense. They have a quarterback that can throw the ball. He can throw it all over the field. If you have not watched this kid play, Makai Higgins, he is a baller.
Oh, he is.
Yes, he is. He is what Tyler Macon would dream about me. Would actually dream about me. So and Alcorn, you can't put in Tyler Macon in practice and have him to mimic him because the skill set is just on a whole nother level. So, the defense gonna have to come to play, but Pine Bluff is gonna score some points. They're gonna score some points. It is what it is. But Alcorn is gonna have to learn. Vaughn, they're gonna have to let him let them rip it. I mean, because the guy from Pine Bluff is gonna rip it, and if he gets in trouble, he gonna run it too. So that's my only biggest take with Alcorn. They just can't score. And then when people begin to stack the box on them, I mean, what is Vaughn gonna do?
Mm. All right. So first game of the night for the SWAC, you got FAMU going up the street to Montgomery to take on the Alabama State Hornets. It is the Hornets homecoming. Let's say it.
I think Florida A&M is going to win it. And I was say about 11 points, something like that.
I will say this: the last 2 years that these teams have played each other, something crazy had happened in this game.
That's blocked extra point.
Blocked extra point 2 years ago, returned that jump for a touchdown. Last year, Alabama State, for some reason, did not put Demetrius Davis. He put Demetrius Davis in the game and realized that he was not getting it done. He goes with Damian Stewart, and almost led this team to a victory last year. But they get it to the red zone, they couldn't do anything about it. This year, what is the difference?
Well, Fat Cat is the difference. Fat Cat is the difference of this game. Daniel Richardson, he's the difference of this game. Alabama State, the keys to victory for Alabama State, I admit this, just run the football. Do what you do best. But you're going to have to be able to score, though, because Fat Cat he's proven that he can move the ball down the field and he can score. And double, triple, whatever you got to do to cassette, you got to double that guy. You're going to have to. But I got FAMU. I got FAMU 21-13.
Norvell said Kendall Bowler is back. Alabama State defense is still the way the way it is. They don't give up too much of anything. This is going to be I think this game is going to be a classic. Y'all can clip this. Y'all can clip this right here, whatever you want to. But I'm gonna go with Alabama State by 3 in this game. Just because the reason why I say that is because even though yes they are starting a freshman quarterback, the running game is going to be the one that's going to keep this offense off the field. Hey, you got Mr. Bowl up in the house. What's going on, sir? Hey, if I'm wild and shoes, but you know what though? I'm off Saturday. Pure hatred. It's not hatred. I'm just saying, if Alabama State can run the ball and keep your offense off the field and make your defense tired, then they win the game. But
no, not pure hatred. That's the wrong show. I think you might want to click the other button. This ain't no hatred on this channel. You clicked the wrong show. So But like I said, I do have family winning this game. I think Fat Cat, he accounts for about 3 touchdowns, and I don't think Alabama A&M will have enough to overcome that. Unless they use the same formula that Norfolk did. Just run it, run it, and run it, and more run it. But like I said, I just think Fat Cat is he gonna overcome it.
Mm, mm. Lord Willie talking about the Bumblebees by 80. The other game, Gulf Coast Challenge down in Mobile. We got Alabama A&M taking on Jackson State. The last last 3 years, Jackson State's been A&M's daddy for the last 3 years. I don't think that changed this year. Hey, we are Alabama A&M's daddy. Jackson State by 17.
No,
Jackson
they
State by
do
20.
40. I got they do 42, 20.
Woo.
Jay White, just come on here, just say I'm gonna say who your daddy is. Just we your daddy.
Jay,
We your daddy. And we could have been Gramblin's daddy, but Ken Rashad that went down there and put a hex on us when he was there. So uh but you gotta realize the last two games of this series has been close, right?
Yeah, last year was 45-30, but if you look at the first half, I mean, it wasn't even a
Dominated the
game
first half.
that dominated. So I just think this year, I just think this year it's not going to be any different. But I think the difference this year is that you're going to be looking at the pure number one defense in the SWAC going against A&M, and I just think it's not going to be to Maynard's liking. I mean, I know he gonna bark and more bark, but yeah, this I don't think this the team this year for Alabama and them to go against. It. But I do like their quarterbacks, though. I do, I really do. I like both of them, but you got to come with something else, though, going against this team.
All right. Let's jump on this D2. So my games of the week in D2 on the CIAA side, we got Virginia Union taking on Winston-Salem State. And then you got Virginia State taking on Johnson C. Smith. Hey, it's gonna be a good one in the CIAA.
It'll be a real good one. But I mean, I was high on Virginia Union, man. My favorite running back, Byers, but I just think Johnson C. Smith gonna have a little bit too much for him. I got Johnson C. Smith by 14, 28-14.
Mm.
you have to watch Virginia Union. He don't know what could occur in a game like that.
Yeah. So we got in the SIAC. I'm trying to figure out what the game I want to do. You got between Fort Valley and Edward Waters, and then you got Savannah State going on the road to take on Clark Atlanta. But you got Central and Miles. Albany State is on the road to Allen. And then North Greenville is visiting Benedict. And I wouldn't say anything about this game, Tuskegee and Morehouse, because Tuskegee is going to win this game. Now, if Morehouse pull this game off right here, Mr. Ford is going to be back on here Saturday night talking about fire everybody at Tuskegee.
Nah, Tuskegee, they'll win it convincingly too.
Hey, need videos of that, Ezra. Let me know what you got. Hey, we still y'all daddy right now. You know, I'm just letting you know, Jay.
I think they just say that every year. I think A&M says that every year. I think, the team gonna be focused. Jack State does know that. I mean, Alabama A&M is a great offensive team. I mean, that's what you're gonna get with Maynard. I mean, he's an offensive genius. He really is. But as far as head coach, not so much. So
quarterbacks that be.
Oh man, if y'all think we gonna lose, I have something to tell y'all.
Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up.
I just have to say, you think we gonna lose to A&M this weekend? Boy, y'all got something else coming.
Yeah,
Y'all got something else coming. But I appreciate everybody for joining in. I know everybody get ready to go over to King Zoe, aka Mass Meeting. I am about to eat my dinner, and I'll be supposed to put my clothes up.
it's always great conversing with you all.
Huh?
It's always great conversing with you all.
Oh, anytime, man.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. And tell Gremlin, man, come on, man, for us halfway handicapped folk, man, we need to be able to walk in that stadium, man. Good God.
Oh, my folks, they my season ticket holder at the top of the stadium. They had been addressed. One put railing in there. That stadium been there since 1983. On one side they do have the railing there, but they need to throughout that stadium because see more senior citizens are coming in, season ticket holders, and that's really dangerous. And surprised they haven't had any.
On that visitor side, it was just treacherous for me.
Yeah.
It was treacherous.
They've had people to fall in that stadium, and I'm surprised they haven't had any. You have to watch that kind of stuff, and let's face it, here we are now in 2024, and that stadium was built in 1983.
You just like you said, if you just fix the railing, then I would be definitely coming back because I enjoyed the environment. Now.
Yeah,
the environment was cool. I ain't gonna tell no story about that. It was just the seating. It was just even the boom just had to walk down to their section. You couldn't march into that stuff, man. And Grambling, they was just marching in like wasn't nothing going on. Like they were just used to it. So.
Yeah, my parents have been years
dried out lake.
Yeah, my father's had health challenges and having to having make sure he doesn't fall, and I stay close to my parents there because that's why we come in. We get in there early so we could get the seat right there at the top, so we having to look for seats. Yeah,
I had to sit in the middle part, man, because I normally try to watch as close to the field as I can. I was like, man, I can't make this mile-long walk. No, sir.
Well,
all right, man. Well, good show, man. Y'all be here, man. Thanks again, man.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all tune in Saturday. I will be tuning the game. I will be showing the game on Saturday.
And always, man,
I'm on
it's
Saturday.
HBCUs. Always, it's HBCUs versus everybody.
All right, now y'all have a good one.
All
See
right.
you later,
I'm about to
Chuck.
get off of here. You all take care. Everybody take care and be safe out there. Have fun.
Appreciate you, man. Oh yeah, everybody. I like everybody coming on here. So of course I won't be on the show. That's the reason I did the picks. So I won't be on Friday night because I don't get off until midnight. But for anybody, I'm gonna say this, y'all. For anybody that got an issue that talk bad about our HBCUs, just like the dude that got kind of cremated on Twitter yesterday, I want y'all to let people know how you feel about them.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
For all the folks that got so much hatred and want to talk bad about our institutions, fuck them. Care about y'all? I ain't retired. I have never retired that song, bro. That song gonna stay in my rotation. It was been for this. But people talk bad about our institutions, fuck them. Let them go cry to their PWIs. But um, but other than that, like I said, Saturday I will be streaming the game on Saturday afternoon, and we will have a recap after the game Saturday evening. So we're gonna be filled with number football. And if it's a good game for other good games going down to the wire, y'all know how I do. I do I do overtime. But anyway, y'all, man, y'all have a great evening. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Hug your loved ones, and make sure y'all tune in on Saturday. We out this thing. Peace.